ever be able to recreate this. It's an architectural genius. Look at this thing. Oh, well, hey there, architectural adrenaline junkies. Welcome back to Waffle Ladders, the only YouTube channel brave enough to ask, could we build that today? And confidently answer, hell no. Today we're diving headfirst into the stone chiseled fever dreams of ancient architects with our countdown of the top 10 old buildings we couldn't create today even if we tried. We're talking precision rock stacks, divine geometry, and the kind of labor conditions that make OSHA weep. So grab your popcorn and a crane because things are about to get structurally impossible. Let's climb the ladder. Number 10. The Great Pyramid of Giza, Egypt, 2560 BC. Aha, the original flex. Over 480 feet tall, covering 13 acres. This iconic structure is a marvel of architecture. Supposedly, we could technically recreate it for billions of dollars over decades with mega machinery and lawsuits from environmental groups. But one has to question that. The original builders used 2.3 million limestone blocks, weighing up to 80 tons. No power tools, no vehicles. That really strains credulity. And the inside is just as impossible with perfectly straight edges. And how did they align it so perfectly with true north and without GPS? Good luck replicating that with a clipboard and ropes. Number 9, Sacsayhuamán, Peru, 1100 CE, or maybe earlier. This fortress might sound like you're sneezing, but it's actually an Incan engineering masterclass. Giant interlocking stones, some over 100 tons, fit together so tightly you can't even jam a credit card between them. There's no mortar, no caulk, just perfectly chiseled stone snuggles. Even crazier, the stones have over a dozen angles each, fitting together like a 3D jigsaw puzzle from hell. And did I mention it was constructed over 2 miles above sea level? It is theorized that the bizarre, almost random layout was done to earthquake-proof the structure. Los Angeles, are you listening? Number 8, Baalbek, Lebanon, 1st century CE. Welcome to Baalbek's Temple of Jupiter, where Roman Empire said, let's show off, and built 60 feet columns. Oh, and they dropped 800-ton stones like it was no big deal. 800 tons! These are the triathlon blocks, each one nearly as heavy as 2 fully loaded Boeing 747s. No one knows exactly how they were moved because giant sled and hope isn't a plan. Heavy movers believe they could get a stone that large to the site, but are mystified how they are 20 feet in the air.
Pulleys.
What?
Pulleys.
Pulleys? This is 800 tons. I don't think this is quite big enough.
They could have just used more than one.
Look, I really think you're underestimating this problem. This is not some little thing you're talking about here.
You know, you could just hook them together. Wouldn't be that hard.
All right, sit back down.
Pulleys!
Sit down. Raising these stones 20 feet is one thing. A completely other thing to perfectly align them. It seems that they either had unknown technology or had help from someone else. Kailasa Temple, India, 700 CE. Carved from a single rock. You heard me. Instead of stacking blocks, these maniacs carved downward from a mountain, removing 400,000 tons of stone with hand tools and no power tools. Imagine planning your temple with 0 erasers. No blueprints, no retries, just start digging and don't mess up. The scale, the main hall is over 100 feet tall. The carving, intricate enough to make your grandma's lace doilies jealous. And the most unbelievable, and I do mean unbelievable, is that all this was done in about 18 years, which is shorter than most modern bathroom remodels. Number 6, Derinkuyu underground city, Turkey, 8th century BC. You know these ant farms for kids? How about one for humans? Derinkuyu isn't just a bunker, it's a freaking metropolis carved into a volcanic rock, going 18 stories deep and housing up to 20,000 people. This city, and that's not an exaggeration, had schools, stables, wineries, yes, and giant stone doors you could roll shut in case of invaders. Oh, and booby traps, a la Indiana Jones. Basically the original gated community. They even designed air shafts, 52 of them, so cleverly, fresh air reached all levels without fans, electricity, or anyone named HVAC Dave. Today, we'd need 10 years and a $2 billion budget, and the project would still be canceled halfway through because a union demanded better working conditions. Number 5, Angkor Wat, Cambodia, 1100 CE. World's largest religious monument, built in under 40 years, which is impressive considering it took my HOA 6 months to fix one street lamp. This amazing palace supposedly used 300,000 men and 6,000 elephants to construct. It would cover over 300 football fields. It's aligned with solstices, covered in bas reliefs that stretch for half a mile. A moat that makes castle builders cry. And every surface is carved with absurd detail. Also, they quarried the stones 30 miles away and floated them down the river. Try moving 5 million tons of sandstone today without vehicles, cranes, or forklifts. Another one of those stories that just seems too far-fetched to be true. I'll let you decide. Number 4, Chartres Cathedral, France, 1194 CE. Chartres didn't just reach for heaven. It looks like it got there and copied everything he saw. Dedicated to the Virgin Mary, it is undoubtedly one of the most beautiful buildings in the world. Over 4,000 statues with no mistakes. Some of the most detailed sculptures in existence. Statues we can only dream of recreating today because, yeah, now we get this. Over 150 stained glass windows with colors we still can't replicate, even with modern science. Yes, some of that blue is a chemistry mystery even today. And it was mostly built in 26 years, lightning speed for the medieval era. Also, its floor is a literal Christian labyrinth used for prayer walks. Today, you'd be lucky to get a cathedral that couldn't double as a Planet Fitness. Number 3, Hungarian Parliament Building, Budapest, completed in 1904. It's like the government said, let's make Versailles jealous. That this is a government building is laughable. Why would you have the most beautiful, largest site in the country occupied by the government? We're talking, get this, 691 rooms, 242 sculptures, 40 million bricks, and 500,000 precious stones. Gold leaf on everything. Even the ceilings have ceilings. And it's nearly 3 football fields long. Get this, it's symmetrical. Impossible to do unless your team actually talks to each other. Plus it lines up perfectly with the Danube. And it was built in less than 20 years. Again, without power tools. Yeah, this seems very unlikely. Today, you'd get a rectangular box that takes 6 years to construct. Number 2, Neuschwanstein Castle, Germany, completed 1886. Built by King Ludwig II, a man with big dreams and an even bigger workforce. This fairy tale fortress inspired Cinderella's castle at Disney World, which tells you everything you need to know. Nearly 500 feet long and over 200 feet tall. Built on a rugged mountain. Vaulted ceilings, frescoes of swans, hidden passageways. Basically, Dungeons and Dragons meets HGTV. It's perched on a mountain cliff, like it's trying to fall into a Disney movie. And the plumbing, heated water and flushable toilets in the 1800s, ahead of its time. Today, Ludwig would be in therapy and on Prozac due to delusions of grandeur. Number 1, Mont Saint-Michel, France, 8th century. A Gothic abbey on a rock in the sea that turns into an island at high tide. Because why not build where the ocean tries to kill you twice a day? built in layers over centuries without drowning. Somehow, it includes crypts, halls, cloisters, and even a causeway that disappears with the tides. A fun fact, it's designed so invaders would sink into the mud if they charged at the wrong time. Natural defense meets divine architecture. Mont Saint-Michel's interior is just as captivating as its exterior. Within its walls, a labyrinth of staircases and narrow passages connects a complex network of crypts, halls, and the stunning abbey church. And today, trying to build this would lead to environmental protests, zoning permits, budget overruns, and a Netflix docuseries about it all fell apart in pre-production. Well, so there you have it. 10 buildings so ambitious, they make modern projects look like a budget airport terminal. Remember, these weren't built with CAD software, power tools, or legal liability teams. Just grit, genius, and probably a lot of shouting. Or somebody with abilities far more advanced than us. Which one blew your mind the most? Drop a comment and hit that like button. And subscribe for more sarcastic deep dives into the wild, weird wonders of the world. Until next time, stay curious and maybe don't try carving a temple out of your basement wall. And as always, keep climbing. And in the morning, I'm making waffles.